Hi guys, this is Nightmare 346 where I'm going to continue reading a Ben's love story, chapter 2. I hope you guys enjoy. Coraline's point of view, thank God it was Saturday. It makes things better. My parents, my sister weren't even home. I had the whole house to myself. I felt really happy. I started thinking about Ben. If he was real, does that mean all the other creepypastas that I read about are too? Like Jeff the Killer, Slenderman, the Rake, Eyeless Jack, the Cedar, Hoodie, Masky, and the others were real? Depending on my feelings for Ben, I just don't know if they were real or fake. I remember Ben saying he was going to see me again. He was going to try to make me feel better. Feel I wasn't worthless again. But he better not if you know what's good for him. Frickin' pervert. I was going through my dresser trying to find something to wear. I pulled out a blue long sleeves shirt, jeans, black bra, and panties. I started to get dressed. Once I was done, I turned around to see Ben standing right behind me with a bloody nose. Pervert! I yelled, smacking him across the face. What the hell was that for? He yelled back. Serves you right for watching me dress. Hey, I told you I was coming back, but you didn't say what time. Exactly, pervert. Sat on my bed, crossing my arms as he walked over sat next to me. So, what do you want to do? I asked. I just want to hang. He said, really? I said in disbelief. He chuckled. Well, I don't blame you if you don't believe me. Seriously, why are you here? Well, I'm looking for someone to talk to. And I figured, why not you? So you're not going to kill me. I already told you you're too beautiful to kill. But I thought that's what you do. Isn't that what all the other creepypastas do? Well, yeah, but sometimes we have better things to do than killing. It gets a little boring. Well, what do you want to talk about? Well, let's talk about you. Why do you feel worthless yesterday? Ben's point of view. I could barely sleep last night. I couldn't get Coraline out of my head. She was only the thing I could think about. I had to see her again. I just had to. I needed to find my way to make her feel better. Or trying to find out what's making her feel this way. When I got back to see her, she was getting dressed. Found myself getting a nosebleed. When she finished, before I could wipe the blood away from my nose, she slapped me. Man, that hurt. She yelled at me for spying on her. But after a while, she calmed down. When she was calmed down, I asked her why she felt worthless. Yelling that I got bullied a lot and no one sticks up for me. I don't have any friends either. I felt worthless because that's why people didn't help me, because they thought I was not worth saving, she said. Really sad. I don't think you're worthless, I said. Not yet. Not yet, you don't. What does that mean? You think I'm worthless yet, but sooner or later you will. You don't know that. Yes, I do, because every single time I try making friends, they always leave me in the end. I'm not worth being around. She started getting emotional. Just watch, Ben. You would think I'm worthless, and then you will leave me just like everyone else. She turned away from me. I could tell she was crying. Coraline, I just got over a good... I got over your goddammit! I grabbed her arms, pulling her on my lap. I held her tightly, using my fingers to calm her. Her long jet black hair. I'll never think that you're worthless, Coraline. Ben. She lifted her head as she looked right into her eyes, her light blue eyes. Then she closed her eyes and then kissed me. My whole face was on fire. I started kissing back. I never wanted it to end. Caroline's point of view. I pulled away slowly, thinking about what did I just did. I was about to say something when I heard a large crashed from downstairs. I got up and walked over to the door. Before I opened it, I looked over to Ben, who was giving me his best look, don't leave me face. I opened the door just enough for me to peek into the hallway before I could hear the crash again. It sounded like someone was breaking dishes. "Hey, shitface, I'm home!" I heard my sister yell. Judging by the sound of her voice, she was drop dead drunk. I closed my door, not waiting for her anything to do with her. "Who the hell was that?" Ben asked. I could see in his face he didn't like the name that I was just called. "My sister." It makes it worse that she's drunk. "Why did she call you that?" "She always calls me names." I walked over and sat back next to him. "You better hide. I don't want her to see you." I told him. "Oh, please, what can a drunk bitch do to me?" "More than you think," I said as I rolled up my sleeves, showing him all the bruises and scars I had. His eyes widened. Did she do that to you?" "Yes," I nodded as I rolled down my sleeves. I simply heard the pounding on my door. "I know you're in there, ass for brains," my sister yelled. "Go to bed, drunk ass," I yelled. "Whatever. You're not even worth wasting my time on." I heard her walk to the door, slamming the door behind of her room. "Whoa, what a bitch," Ben said. "Tell me about it." Me and Ben were just most likely talking the entire day. I told him about my life. He told me about his and the other creepypastas. Before he pulled me into a passionate kiss, then he jumped back into my computer. He was gone. I finally knew my true feelings for him. I was in love with him. 3 days later, Ben's point of view. "It's been 3 days since I seen Coraline." "Why?" "Because Slender Man wouldn't leave me the hell alone. He keeps asking me where I've been and what I was doing. I want to see her, but he wouldn't stop bothering me about it. Now the others were asking me questions. Finally, I got my chance to get to see Coraline again, but Slender Man stopped me, wrapping one of his tentacles around my arm. I was just a foot away from the computer. If I can break free, I might make him." "And where do you think you're going?" "Out." "And what was that you said the last time? But you were gone all day?" "It's not normal for you, Ben. Just let me go already," I yelled before biting down on his tentacle. He yelled and let me go. "Ben," he yelled. I was right in front of the computer. Before I looked at him. "You want to know where I was?" "Fine. I went to see a girl." "You happy?" I yelled before I jumped in. Oh man, she's gonna be so mad at me. It's been being so long. I said to myself, I finally made myself to her laptop, jumping out. She was sitting on her bed holding the pillow and crying, just like when I first met her. "Coraline," I quickly walked over and placed my hand on her shoulder. "Go away," she said angrily. "Coraline, look, I know you're mad. Please, let me explain." "Go away," she screamed, shoving me off the bed. I landed on the floor, but quickly bolted back up. "Coraline, please listen to me." I reached out, but she slapped my hand away. "I don't want to listen to anything you have to say." She was sobbing. I got on the bed and pulling her into a hug, pinning her arms to her sides so she wouldn't push me off. I told you you think I'm worthless," she said, sobbing. "Coraline, I think you were worthless, I wouldn't have come back." The moment of silence. "Where were you?" she asked. "I'm trying to come back, but Slender Man wouldn't let me. But please believe I really did try." "I thought you left me for good. I thought you wanted to be with me anymore," she said. I placed my lips on her in her ear, on her cheek, and I whispered to her, "Coraline, I will never stop loving you." When I pulled away and kissed her on her cheek, "I love you too," she whispered. I smiled as I pulled away and looked at her, but My smile disappeared when I heard a bruise under her eyes. What happened? I cupped at her face. Did your sister do this to you? She shook her head. Remember when I said I was being bullied? You mean a bunch of kids did this to you? She nodded. I slowly leaned in to place my lips against hers. Don't worry, Caroline. I'll never let you get hurt again. I promise. She smiled and let's get some sleep, she says. I pulled the cover over us and we lay down on the bed. Wrapped my arms around her. She snuggled next to me. She was like a teddy bear, and so I fell asleep with the girl I loved in my arms.